Hey everybody, I'm here in Kitchener where I'm going to be joined by Terry and Sarah where we're going to learn how to properly kick some axe. Terry and Sarah joined me here at Bad Axe to cross axe throwing off their bucket list. Terry, a well-known chef in the community, was a recent runner-up on Top Chef Canada. So how do you feel after coming in here and seeing the boards and seeing how it's all set up?
I'm a bit intimidated, but at the same time, I'm intrigued. I mean, how do you not get interested when you hear axe throwing? I've had some experience with throwing knives, but I mean, this is cool, right? This is something that when you talk about it, people get interested, and yeah, definitely a skill for the Zombocalypse.
So you said you had a history of throwing knives as well. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I used to work at a resort out west, and we had nowhere to go after work, and so one day on my days off, I saw my dad had some throwing knives sitting on a counter at home. I brought them to the resort, and one day I pulled them out and said, "Hey guys, do you want to throw some knives?" And by, before we know it, by the end of the month, everyone had their own set. And we were out there every day throwing for 2 or 3 hours after work. Yeah, it just caught on.
So when you first heard that axe throwing was a thing, what was one of the first things that crossed your mind?
I didn't actually know it was a thing until we pulled up, and then I saw a sign that said axe throwing, and I lost my mind. I was like, "We're gonna throw axes? This is great, this sounds awesome," and I was immediately intrigued.
Joel Melnichuk, co-owner of Bad Axe Throwing, explains why axe throwing is so appealing.
It's just the thrill of taking a sharp object and chucking it as hard as you want and having it stick in the wood in the bullseye. It's a super cool feeling.
So what's it like getting someone who knows nothing about throwing axes, or maybe doesn't even have the physical body structure to do that when they come in here? Is it hard to teach them?
Well, there's not really a strength or size thing. It's just more technique. So I've had really tall, buff dudes not be able to do it, and really small, tiny girls smoke them. So you literally want to keep your wrist locked. Don't want to start.
Before they could start throwing axes, Joel gave us a quick explanation of the rules.
Now, the scoring structure is it's 6 points for the bullseye, 4, 3, 2, 1. If the axe is in 2 rings, whichever ring it's in with the higher point value, it's kind of what you get.
When throwing your axe, you must stand behind the marked lines and make sure no one is in the throwing zone.
I already am nervous and scared.
Sarah got off to a rough start, but with Terry's history of knife throwing, he picked up the technique real quick. Okay, so how did you guys feel that went?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah?
A little challenging, but it's still fun, ultimately fun.
Why would you say it's challenging?
Didn't quite stick an axe. It was a little terrifying with the bounce back. Gotta work on that form.
Terry and Sarah were thrilled to have axe throwing crossed off their bucket list and are already planning to come back, but this time with a few friends. So would you recommend this to other people?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you got to come and try this. This is absolutely a great way to spend a day.
Thank you for joining us on the bucket list. Today, Terry and Sarah learned how to properly throw an axe, and I learned how to be prepared for a zombocalypse. We'll see you next week.